What is going on, people? I am here for, if you couldn't tell by the title, another movie review. It's a little bit out of my wheelhouse. Usually I do more horror movies, but today it's more of a crime, suspense. I guess you would call it a little sci-fi, if you would call it. Not a whole bunch. I'll get into it. But the movie, if you couldn't tell by the title, is called Eternal Code. It's put out by Vision Films. And it's actually out now. It came out early October. It's out on DVD. But I don't have a physical copy, so I can't hold it up. But I got a screener and I got to watch it. So the movie itself is written and directed by Harley Wallen. Hopefully I said that right. It's the main two characters in here. It's got a really good cast. But the main two characters that it mostly revolves around is Richard Tyson. He plays a guy named Oliver. If you don't know Richard Tyson, he was the the bad guy in Kindergarten Cop. He's played a bad guy in pretty much everything. And this movie kind of suits him as well because he plays the evil guy in this. And the other main character is a woman named Erica Hovland. Hopefully I said that right. She plays Bridget. And they both work at let me get into it because, like I said, there's a whole star-studded cast, to tell you the truth. It also stars Scout Taylor-Compton, who plays like an evil henchman, I guess you would call it. Billy Wirth. Scout Taylor-Compton's from, the Halloween remakes and a whole bunch of movies. Feral was another new one. Billy Wirth, who stars in The Lost Boys. It also stars Jan Birch, who played in People Under the Stairs, and a whole bunch of other people. There's like a couple storylines that go, on throughout the movie, which I won't really get into. I'll just kind of tell you the main plot of it. And let's just say the other characters kind of find their way into this whole situation. But anyway, like I said, Erica and Richard, they play Oliver and Bridget, who both work at a company that kind of tries to find new and inventive ways to kind of, serve the public. And they work at more of a lab and stuff like that. Well, they're coming out with a new way to, in essence, I guess, keep you alive forever, I guess you want to call it. There's a new company that they're trying to merge with that kind of downloads your brain waves or something along those lines, where you can, transfer your brain and stuff into a new body. And then I guess if that body starts, dying or whatever, you can just keep on, switching it in and out with, I guess, whatever chip or whatever they use with your brain waves that kind of, fix you from that. But which sounds, awesome and such. But, the more you look into it and the more that goes as the movie progresses, you learn that there's a little bit more of a, let's just say, a devious side to it. In essence, it sounds great, but, anything really good sometimes has its evilness to it. So anyway, throughout the movie, you find out that they pretty much just need this group of people, I guess you would call it, to agree to this new and enhanced surgery. They started kind of working on the dead people, cadavers and stuff like that, just to see how everything goes. Now they want to kind of jumpstart it quickly and kind of break rules and break moral code and all this stuff to kind of get this thing jump-started and running. And a bunch of people are for it. Let's just say Bridget isn't. So she's pretty much the end-all, be-all kind of deal. Her vote is if it goes through, if she says yes, it'll go through. If she says no, which she does, it just puts a wrench in this whole situation. So Oliver does not like that whatsoever. So pretty much the whole movie is, him trying to change her mind by any means necessary. And if that means, kidnapping her and her husband, he'll go and do it. Not too much of a spoiler because with all my reviews, I put a little, the trailer and stuff into it. So anyway, the rest of the movie is now all these other supporting, because if I went way too deep into it, this review will probably be about like 12-15 minutes. But let's just say the other characters, whether it be her daughter or a homeless guy or a quote-unquote hooker, they kind of come together and try to figure this out and fix the situation that's going on. Let's just say some people are thrown into the movie not by their own merit, but, kind of just circumstances that happen. But let me just say, like I said, it is more of a crime suspense type movie, because who could you trust? What's going on at any given point? So it's definitely, if you're into the whole, crime suspense stuff, this one's definitely for you. Like I said, it's thrown, like I said, not a whole bunch of sci-fi, but just the surgery and stuff, and being able to download your your mind into something else and become a different person and stuff like that. It just sounds a little bit more on the sci-fi. So when I read it, I was like, or saw part of the trailer, I'm just like, is it, because to tell you the truth, sci-fi really isn't my style, but I found out quickly that this movie is not really that. So if you're into, the whole kidnapping and saving and stuff like that, I'd say this movie is definitely for you. Like I said, a whole bunch of, really good actors, actresses in this. For the people I've heard before, they just continue doing what they're doing. But a lot of the other people that I haven't heard before, I'm going to have to kind of look up the other stuff they're in, because, I think it was the acting was really good in this. The action was, definitely up there as well. Plot, at that point in time, I've seen, the whole kidnapping, saving kind of deal, but it throws a little wrench into it with this whole, surgery and the different stories that go on, because it's not only just one. You have like 3 connecting stories that kind of at the end kind of connect to each other. I don't want to get, like I said, way too deep into it, because at that point in time I'd be sitting here talking for about 15 minutes. But definitely go ahead and check it out. Like I said, with all my reviews, I take the IMDb synopsis and stuff, and I put it in the description. I also put the trailer of the movie in the description, and like I said, it is out on DVD right now, so I'll leave the link for it, the Amazon link, so you can check that out as well. And hopefully this kind of pushed you towards the whole the movie. So if you're into suspense or crime or anything along those lines, I'd say this movie is for you. And like I said, a whole bunch of people in it that you should check out. And hopefully you enjoyed it. And I guess until next time, I'll see you guys.